have received a procedural fairness letter in response to your spousal sponsorship application where the immigration officer is concerned that the marriage is not genuine and that the marriage has been entered into for the purpose of getting an advantage under the law, under the act, this is probably the video that you will find useful. I am Nilatri Mukherjee. I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I practice in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. And as an organization, we specialize in responding to various forms of PFLs. Spousal is definitely one among them. So out of all the PFL categories that I have seen or I work with so far, spousal are the ones that are most complicated, are most extensive, and as far as the PFLs are concerned, they're more elaborative. A typical PFL is about 1 max 2 pages long. A spousal PFL is at least 3 pages long. So you have, meaning that immigration has told you to clarify, have asked you to clarify a lot of things, and because of that they have given you 30 days most likely, and that you have to clarify, you have to satisfy them on a lot of aspects. So when you receive a spousal PFL, you have to understand that if this PFL is not responded correctly, your spousal sponsorship application could be denied or the spouse could potentially even face a ban. So it is that serious. While responding to a spousal sponsorship PFL, it is important for you to understand that regardless of the concerns, and obviously you will answer and address with sufficient documentary evidences to all the officer's concerns, right? You have to provide sufficient chat history, you have to provide the relationship proof, you have to provide all the other details that the officer is asking. Along with the specificity of the PFL, along with everything that the officer is asking for, the onus really lies on you to satisfy the immigration officer, because this is your last chance that yes, the marriage is indeed genuine. Yes, the marriage has not been entered into for the purpose of the other person to get an undue advantage under the act. A lot of times I see that when clients come for a PFL review consultation, that the PFL that they prepared are not elaborative, are not lengthy really to the extent that immigration is looking for it, which is why they have given you 30 days. A typical length of a spousal PFL response varies between 10 to 12 pages from my experience. This is just the response of it. Now you have to have annexures of it. In total, I have, from my experience at least, when we respond to the spousal PFLs, they are at least 25 to 30 pages long. So take your time, take a stock into the situation, read each and every concern that the immigration has given you and address to those concerns, plus tell them anything that you think should be told. Okay, for example, if your spouse is a Canadian citizen, tell the fact. If your relationship is a genuine, but you have forgotten to add a proof, provide that additional proof even though the fact the immigration is not asking for it, and provide justification. Things such as this. Because if this application is refused, you will probably not have many options. Yes, you can potentially go for a reapplication, you can go for judicial reviews. You can utilize those options, but whether those options result in success or no is something to be discussed, right? So the point is, if you have received a spousal PFL, along with the specificity of the response, as I have said, specificity of keeping your response pointed to those very specific aspects, tell them something that you think should be told, which was not otherwise told in the main application. So this is what I tell, that a PFL response to a spousal sponsorship application is essentially recreation of the spousal sponsorship application, almost by itself. That is the reason that you get 30 days. As an organization, we have responded probably 150 to 200 plus spousal PFL so far, and none of the clients have ever received a ban. So if you need our response, our suggestions with the ways to respond, or if you need to hire us to provide a solid legal response, come for a consultation. All the information is on the website nuvonation.ca. That's the first step. I'll be more than happy to have a case specific discussion with you to take it forward from there. Hope this helps, guys. See you guys in the next one. Bye now. Cheers.